Do you guys remember this satellite I left up here since the end of last episode? I think it's time we get it, shall we? Welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. My name's Linx, and today we're going to be doing a little bit of housekeeping. So it's time we get that satellite back from orbit, collect all the science, and unlock something. I have actually used the science from some of the previous missions on unlocking the Mark III parts for the space planes. Now, I did a little bit of experimenting with space planes in my free time, just trying to get a Mark III one to work, and yes, whilst it does work as an SSTO, it has barely any... Ooh, there was an explosion down there. It has barely any fuel when it gets to orbit, and it's meant to carry a payload, and if it has barely any fuel when it gets to orbit, it's not going to be going very far when it's got a big honking bonkers in its cargo hold. But yeah, I've realised I've launched this, and it's... Ooh, is that a satellite? Okay, well, okay, fine, cool, right, because I was like, oh god, is the satellite an inclination that I don't know? Well, thankfully it's not, because if it was, I'd be in a little bit of trouble, because this does not have a massive amount of fuel to play with. Its only purpose is to go up, get the science, and come back down. Alright, there we go, we've got a fairly adequate orbit, it's nothing special. Right, it's time to rendezvous with that now. Luckily, my periapsis already crosses between this, and if you're watching this, I'm pretty sure you already know how to do a rendezvous. However, we'll do it for the sake of doing it. See, they almost crossed there, and I can fix that up a little bit later if I fix my inclination. It's fucking orbiting backwards, isn't it? It just had to do it to us, didn't it? It just had to. It just had to orbit backwards, didn't it? There was me like, oh boy, I sure hope it's not inclined. Oh wow, it's not inclined. Oh good, we're in luck. It's the most inclined it possibly could be. That's a pretty view though. You've got Ash next to Lua. That's quite a rare sight. So this is going to be different. I've not launched backwards in quite a few years. It's quite a nice change though, launching backwards over a road. We've not had this sort of view of it before, have we? So let's actually do this properly this time. I don't think I'm going to actually have to do that much of an adjustment. If I go out like that, you see those two purple markers there are getting real close, and there we go. Now then, whilst I'm doing this maneuver, actually I'm going to have to do a stage separation midway through this, I would like to know where I should go next in the career, because this is more of a housekeeping episode, just making sure everything's working smoothly, got some Kerbals to return, stuff like that, you know, stuff I'd normally do off camera, but because it's sort of like a bumper episode, I'd kind of like to know, where should I go next? I want to go to Kerbol, but I want to send the station to Kerbol, so would it be wise to send more modules up to the station, build that up and then send it to Kerbol, or should I go to places like Fury, or is there anywhere you guys want to see me go to, specific features on the surfaces, stuff like that? And I'm just playing through it in a career mode fashion. Hopefully it's enjoyable to watch, but I also want to know where you guys would like to see me go as well. I'm hoping the daily uploads are very nice, very, well, I mean, I say daily, but I missed one the other day, but oh well. But hopefully the more frequent uploads, if I'm going to be more accurate, are doing you guys well. For those of you who just watched the Kerbal Space Program once, that's fine, that's really appreciated. And if you guys are looking for something new to try out, I do have the Doom Eternal playlist going on at the moment, and Jeb, where are you going? I'm getting distracted, but yeah, I've got the Doom Eternal playlist, I've got the Minecraft one going on. I did Minecraft with me and the boys recently. But yes, if you'd like to check those out, there'll be links in the description. They'll probably come up on the top right of your screen at some point during this video. But anyway, let's get the science and not crash into the antenna. Thank you for all 8 of them. Let's grab that and let's board that, and there's all my data, all stored. So I'm thinking, would I potentially be able to deorbit the satellite? I don't think so. I'm just gonna leave it there, you know, it's acting as a relay at least. Yeah, we'll keep it up, you know, we'll just keep it there. Yeah, we're gonna be entering the day side with a periapsis of 9,000 kilometers. 9,000 kilometers? Oh, absolutely not. 9,000 meters. Well, we've got a lot of money in the space program, but I'm saving up for the Lua base. And a lot of people ask me, how do you unlock the Lua base? And you install Kerbal Constructs, you go into the VAB, you click the Kerbal Constructs KK button in the bottom right, and then you press unlock. So there you go, problem solved. I've ran out of fuel on that stage and I didn't realize. I'm gonna flip over because it's flipped me the wrong way. So goodbye, have a nice day. It's gonna do what we do normally. I'm gonna forget about it, I'm gonna hear an explosion, and then I'm gonna be like, oh, what was that? I did that when I landed the base on Armstrong as well. Yeah. There's a pink tree over there. Why am I... Right, okay, I was looking at that saying 60 meters per second. I was like, excuse me? Set it to surface next time, that might help. We've recovered the data from that satellite. Let's see how much we got for it. 282.5 signs. 282.5. I went to the second most hardest planet to land on in this mod, and I got 282.5 science. Nice. Nice. I'd call that a worthwhile investment. Alright, so this is the current state of the station, and I need to add another module to it. I need to add communications for when it goes to Kerbal. So to do that, I need a part on this back here that... I need a... what? English? I need a part that goes onto the back here that docks with the senior port, which has communications able to transmit back to road. So I have designed a solution to my problem. It's not the most aerodynamic of solutions, as you can see these parts sticking out here, but it's going to add an additional 125 parts to the station, which is a fair amount because the station is already about 250. So it's going to be great. It's going to be absolutely grand. My frame rate's going to have a nice time. It should be alright. I mean, the Kerbal Space Program's performance is pretty ass, but I mean, in space, it's a lot better because it's not simulating aero, so... But we'll see. We'll see. We'll cross that one when we come to it, you know. But I would like to name this rocket, and I haven't named it that. I've just named it Going Nowhere Comms. But internally, I have named it the Orbital Jigsaw Puzzle because that's exactly what this is going to be. It's designed to be. There are three. Right, I'll explain. There are 3 satellites in here, and they'll dock with this. But there are also components on the station that also have docking ports, and the satellite is meant to dock to both of them at the same time so that they don't get like spun around, and they have to dock like that. The problem is I have to actually dock this stage correctly, and it doesn't have any of those similar alignment tools that I'm using. What I'm basically trying to say is there are like these act as guidelines so that I can't have the 2 parts not line up correctly. I'm sure you know what I'm trying to say, I'm just not very good at saying it. But anyhow, those are the satellites in there. Oh, I should not have RCS on. I should definitely not have RCS on. These are the satellites. They all do this weird connection thing, and hopefully if I've actually put them on here right, they should work. That should be a stack separator. Yes, very nice, incredible. All right, sweet, we've got an orbit. The inclination's a little off, but it should be fine. You know, ash is ash, you know, it kind of does what it does. It vibes on its own. It's got its own sort of vibe, but it is really easy to get an encounter with ash. You see, I should get one now, actually. There we go. I just got to make sure I'm orbiting the right way around, and I don't know which way that is. Very nice. Very nice indeed. Let's fix that inclination whilst we're at it. Not so nice. It's fine. It's fine. We have so much fuel. It's fine. I'm pretty sure that's the right way around. Let's just check. Yep, that's the right way around. Okay, cool. Nice. Might as well set that. So why is Bob Kerman out of the state? What's going on there? Have I left someone out by accident? Oh, I'm glad I'm not playing with life support. That would have been bad. There we go. I've just deployed the fairing here, which has internal solar panels, just so that the probes don't run out. Now I do have gigantor arrays here. Whew, we got some big boy electricity now. And there we go. That stage is burnt out anyway, and we got this nice little poodle engine to go. Alright, we're about to get a separation of about 0.4 kilometers, so a nice little 400 meter separation there. This should load in a minute. Frame rate's not too bad, yellow clocking though, but the frame rate's pretty good for the amount of parts loaded at once. Alright, okay. Right, so if I switch to the station, it appears I need to... I don't know what that was. Something just moved. Interesting. Interesting indeed. How strange. How inconceivably odd. Alright, that stage was used up entirely. It's time to start doing a little bit of orbital assembly. Now then, this stage here is the one with the probe core. I believe, yes, there it is. So this bit has to be the one to dock. If I decouple this one first, it has a tiny ejection force, so nothing moves. Now then, I can steer this one away very slowly. This is the one that docks with that port over there, so that's my target. So I gotta line these prongs up though. That's the only issue. I have to align those prongs up with these, and because there's no markers, that's gonna be really hard to do. I'm up for a challenge, as I always say, and then I complain when it's too difficult. Alright, it's time for an adventure. I'm on my way. Alright, I think I've gotten something that works. I just need to roll my craft properly now and just face the target. I don't think I'm going to be able to line this up very well though, because I've got to time this properly. I can't go forwards or backwards anymore. I just have to time this properly and make sure that those docking ports line up, which is going to be hard because I have to do it by eye. There we go. Oh, that went too far. It went too far. No, don't you dare bounce off. Okay, it looks like the magnets have gotten it. And there we go, we're docked. It's not lined up, but we're docked. So now I'm going to undock, go backwards, line up, and dock again. Alright, here we go. We're lined up. We're ready to dock. This is looking quite nice. This is looking really cool. It'd be cool if the lights were flashing and all that, but that's cool, you know. That's a nice shot, you know. If that was in a cinematic, that would be nice. However, it's actually going to connect or not, I'm not sure. It's looking like it, but it looks like I might have to switch to the station real quick and line it up a little bit better. I'm just slightly, very slightly misaligned. There we go. Okay, right. If I just... Okay, just line that up with the prongs. That's as lined up as it looks like it's gonna get. And we're docked. And we're on the way to the station. Hello, guys. Station's starting to really come together now. It still looks a little messy, but we're actually getting the symmetrical modules on. And those symmetrical modules mean that we can make a journey. All right, and there we go. We're probably just gonna park up here and do the operations then. All right, probe number 1, let's go. Probe number 1 is moving pretty bloody quickly towards the station. Oh, it managed to just get a lock on me there. I wasn't trying to do that. That's not lined up at all, my friend. Oh wow, that's the opposite of lined up. Well, this is the best chance I've got here. This is looking like a nice, there we go. Oh, that was perfect. One of the satellites are now in place. Time to rotate the station around and do the same with the next ones. Boom, satellite number 2. Those are strong magnets. All right. Oh, this is going to be close. There we go. All 3 satellites have... well, satellite. I keep calling them satellites. Well, they're antenna, really. All 3 of them are now connected to the station, which is super cool. That took a really long time to do. So there we go. There's the comms section successfully docked, so I can decouple you. And there we go. That's it. I've just got this docking port now. For the extra module, that's going to be on the end, probably some sort of hanger. I'm not sure. Suggestions in the comments are much appreciated. But there we go, we've done quite a bit this episode. We've done a little bit of housekeeping, just making sure everything's alright, but this is starting to look like a very nice station. I'm surprised the frame rate's not had a shit, so I think we're alright. But anyway guys, thank you so much for watching this episode of Kerbal Space Program. If you do like that, please do leave a like, subscribe, share, it really helps me out and makes my channel grow. So, thank you guys, and I'll see you all in the next episode.